Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us in this session. My name is Francis, and I'll be having this session with you guys. I'm super excited that you've all made time to be with us at this time, guys. Just kindly subscribe to this channel, just like it, just share it. You can also comment, you can also follow us on all our socials. Let's just be interactive here. Good. Now let's zoom into today's activity. Now this is me. My name is Francis Ohimi Anane. I'm a lawyer by profession, but I also like to teach, and that is why we're having this session. So just let's like the page, just follow it, share it. Just guys, you know the thing. Good. Now today we'll be dealing with a very important topic. Good, which is answering law questions. Now, if you are a level 100 student or if it's your first time studying law, this will be a very Herculean task for you because answering law questions always appears to be a bit different and always appears to be a bit strange, and you see students always struggling. Now, for students offering other courses that as part of their course requirements, we have to study a course or two in law. We always see them struggling, always coming to you for, say, how do I do it? How do I do that? So this is based on special requests. Good. So today we are looking at how do you answer law questions? How do you answer law questions? Now, good. Ordinarily, there are three typical law questions that you want to get. The first one are the essay type questions. The second one are the case specific questions. The third one, which is the problem questions or case studies. Now, for the purposes of this short discussion, we'll be dealing with the essay type questions. We'll have other sessions on the case specific and then problem questions. So, guys, kindly look out for those videos. Good. Now, essay type questions are the most common type of question that we would normally get, and hardly do examiners help students to know what they expect. So the examiners have an idea of what they expect, but unfortunately students don't know what these examiners expect. So I'm just do this session just to help students have a fair idea of what normally the examiners are expecting. I mean, with my interactions with the many lectures that I have dealt with, you seem to have a sense of what they expect when these questions come out. So I just hope that you would find them useful. So the question could be discuss constitutionalism in line with Ghana's democracy, or elaborate on the elements of a mortgage, or with, say, decided cases, discuss directors in contemporary Ghana. Or it could just be, so almost all straightforward questions that you get in any law questions are essay type questions. So essentially, we want you to write an essay. How do you write an essay? That is what we are trying to solve here. So you begin with the introduction. Give us a general idea. Give us a fair idea of what you are talking about. Try to arouse the interest of the lecturer by penning down a very beautiful introduction. So on my question on constitutionalism, I am saying that constitutionalism is an important element in determining the presence of the constitution in the country. However, the mere presence of the constitution is not an assurance of the practice of constitutionalism. So the fact that Ghana has a constitution may not necessarily mean that Ghana is practicing constitutionalism. So in this way, whoever is reading nothing is aroused. The person wants to know, oh, so what is this whole bit about constitutionalism that this student is saying? So that is a way of getting or piquing the interest of the examiner in showing an interest in what you are doing. But if you don't start with that and then you jump into the body as most students do, the whole essay becomes very boring. And you know that the examiner will be looking at, say, 100 or 50 scripts, and the examiner picks your script, and the script is not very interesting. You just don't want to get the examiner worried of just reading your scripts when there are 100 more to go. So a way of just getting the interest of the lecture is to put down a very beautiful general introduction. So assume you are talking about COVID-19 and its effects on Ghana. You can say that even though the infection rate of COVID-19 in Ghana was not as high as other economies, same cannot be said for the Ghanaian economy, which seems to have been hit heavily. And even so, assuming you are talking about still COVID-19 and IMF, you can say that it is without doubt that the COVID-19 and its attendant effects could be related to the reasons why Ghana or a country may be needing help from other countries. So you see, it's if you really understand the concept, you get what I'm trying to say. So just give us a genuine introduction, something very general, something very interesting, and not anything boring that would cause the examiner to sleep. Now, once you have done that, if there are any concepts, so here constitutionalism or democracy, try and throw just some light. So democracy can also be explained as constitutionalism can also be explained that. Guys, you don't waste too much time on this because the body bit is essentially to do that. So you just don't waste too much time on that. If needed, you can even just take out the definitions of the concept and then just do that in the body, because we also don't want to encourage students to waste more time on the introduction when there's a lot to be said in the body. So if you think you don't know what to do here, after giving the general introduction, you can just zoom into the outline. So in the outline, what are we saying? All that we are saying is that let us have a fair idea of what we're talking about. Give us a fair idea of what we're talking about. So an example I have here is that you can say that in this essay, I'll be discussing the theory of constitutionalism. The discussion would also include some of the advantages and disadvantages of constitutionalism whilst providing an opinion. So once any lecturer reads your beautiful introduction, get to the outline, the lecturer now has a fair idea of what the student is about. So even without reading the body, the lecturer knows that in the body, you are essentially going to talk about some of the theories in constitutionalism. You are talking about the advantages and disadvantages in constitutionalism, and the lecturer would possibly find your beautiful opinions in the conclusion. So that is what we expect you to do. Good. So, for the body, most students seem to have a pretty covered. You see most students are always doing okay at the body bit, except that you see the body hanging up there in the introduction bit. So we see a beautiful essay at the external introduction. And once you start reading it, you are just zooming into the body. Such an essay is not very, very interesting to read. So guys, start with the beautiful introduction and define the concepts if you can. Then give us an outline. All this will form part of the introduction. Don't waste too much time, guys. Do not waste too much time on that. On the body, as you normally do, you can go ahead with it. Then the conclusion. If time will permit you, provide a summary of the major points. Don't forget to add your opinion if that is possible. If the question is requesting for your opinion, if it's an open question that you think you have an opinion, why not feel free and then provide that opinion. And guys, so where say you have 2 minutes to stop work, you are still writing, briskly, working on a point in the body, and you have a minute or two. My advice to you is that just end there, come to the conclusion, and give us a summary of what you are doing. That will earn you more marks than still, briskly trying to complete that sentence, and anybody who reads your essay finds out that your essay is amputated because it's missing certain parts. Because you know that once you bring in the conclusion, the assumption is that your essay is complete. So, and we are earning marks for every bit of this leg. So for the introduction, you are earning marks, the body you are earning marks, the stamina you are earning marks. So please kindly remember to always bring the conclusion. If you have 5 minutes more, try and then spend 3 minutes on the point you are working in the body and quickly come down and then do the introduction. Sorry, the conclusion. Provide us with the conclusion because you are earning heavy marks on the conclusion and you don't want to miss it because you are working on a sentence in the body that probably you may not even earn the whole marks, you know, for that point that you are working on. So kindly remind us, be reminded and then do this. So essentially that is how you answer an essay type question. I hope this short session has helped you. If it was not clear, if you want more on it, kindly just like this video and then comment if there's another area you want us to look at, or if there's an area that has been discussed elsewhere and you want our opinion on it. Why not just let us know and then we'll provide an opinion. So that is a very straightforward way of answering an essay type question. I just hope that going forward you won't be having that challenge. Good. So hello guys. Thank you very much for watching this video on answering all questions, that is on essay type questions. Once again, just feel free, just like, just comment, just share, tell us the topics that you want us to look at, and we'll do well to assist you in that. So we'll meet again. Have a wonderful day, and then thank you once again for watching this video. Bye.